Hey guys, welcome to Cape and Cowl Cafe. I'm Nemo, and today I'm going to be talking about some projects I'd love to see in James Gunn's DCU. If you guys enjoyed the video at any point today, I'd really appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe button, but let's hop right in. Okay, so the DCU is officially in motion. We have a Supergirl movie coming out later this year, we have tons of projects announced, the Lanterns TV show, rumors are flying, and for the first time in a long time, we have some hope. But today, I'm not talking about what's been confirmed, I'm going to be talking about what I would like to see the most. Let's get started. All right, the first thing that I want to see is the Teen Titans. Now, I recently released a video where I casted the Teen Titans for a movie, but upon second thought, I think they would actually work way better for a TV show. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Spider-Man works best in a TV format. You can really stretch out that serialized high school drama and really get to know these characters. Now, when I say drama, I don't mean I want Euphoria, and I definitely don't want this.
Fuck Batman.
You can create drama and complex conflict between characters without resorting to making the whole show dark and gritty and making everyone miserable. It's possible. I think the best way to go about a Teen Titans show would be to make it a comedy. Not like a full-on Teen Titans Go thing, but you could make the show a lot like, let's say, Superbad, just without the R rating, I guess. You can have drama in the show, you know? You can have that kind of conflict, and you can also fill the show with a ton of stupid jokes and ridiculous plot lines, but at the center of it all, you need to have these characters who actually care about each other and want to be a family. I mean, there is so much that you can do with a Teen Titans show. You could go the Young Justice route where you have this team of young characters who are trying to live up to the example of the icons that, you know, hover in the air above them with the Justice League. And they're trying to not only prove themselves, but they're also trying to create a space in the world that's just theirs, and they're trying to become their own heroes, you know? There's so much you can do. Now, if you want to see my casting for this team, go ahead and watch that other video, but I will be picking Tim Drake to be the leader of the Teen Titans. I think that Tim Drake needs a lot of fixing as a character, and movies have a lot of influence over comic books and the general audience, so this would be the perfect time to do it. Okay, launching off that last project, I want to see a Nightwing movie. It's time. I mean, this one really feels non-negotiable to me. Nightwing is one of the biggest characters in DC, and I do not know how he hasn't had any substantial projects yet. Like, it's just crazy. And I know we saw Nightwing in the Titans show, but that wasn't really Nightwing. You know, that wasn't my Dick Grayson. That was just some edgelord in a bunch of clunky armor. I don't know why everybody was glazing that suit in my DC TV suit list video, but Nightwing should not be wearing armor, okay? That suit looks bad. I don't understand it. Now, I understand that the studio might be afraid to make a Nightwing movie because they're afraid of it looking like Batman Light or Great Value Batman, but that's not what it has to be. If anything, Nightwing is what Batman was supposed to be, and you can lean into tons of interesting themes. I mean, you could literally just adapt Nightwing Year One, where Nightwing has to learn how to operate as a vigilante without Batman's tech and resources and gadgets, and he kind of has to make himself his own man and kind of, you know, be more independent. That's really interesting. I would love to see a movie about that. I mean, in the movie, you could have a flashback scene where Batman and Robin are working together and they solve this problem, and then you flash forward to the present where Nightwing has to figure out how to solve that same problem, but without Batman's help. I don't know why they haven't made this movie yet, honestly. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, next up, I want to see a Justice League movie, but I want to see it done right. You gotta make a solo movie for the big three first. You gotta have a Superman movie, gotta have a Wonder Woman movie, and you have to have a Batman movie. Now, the DCEU got 2 out of the 3 right, and then their Batman introduction just, you know, was a huge showcase of Batman killing people, and then they rushed into a Justice League movie. You can't do that, you know? And yes, I know they were trying to catch up with the MCU and they were trying to copy that success. And I'm not saying that the DCU has to replicate everything that the MCU has, but like, you gotta have a little bit of buildup, you know? You gotta get us excited about this. Now, when a Justice League movie does come out, that's where they can introduce characters like the Flash or whatever Green Lantern will be on the team, Martian Manhunter. But then after that movie is done, they need to immediately launch the solo movies for those characters. Like the Flash came out in 2023 and he was introduced to the DCEU in 2017. That is way too long of a wait. Ultimately, these Justice League movies need to be big reunion events between everyone else's movies. Also, just a side note, James Gunn has stated that he's delaying the Batman the Brave and the Bold project because he wants to wait till after the release of the Batman Part 2. Like, why? You really don't think that people will want to see 2 Batman movies in the same year? Like, that would be most people's dream. Why? Why are you doing this? Just get to work. I mean, there is so much that you can do with a Justice League movie. I mean, we barely scratched the surface in the DCEU version. We didn't even get to see the Watchtower or the Hall of Justice. I mean, we saw them operating out of Batman's crappy studio apartment Batcave, which which barely looked like a Batcave, by the way. I want to see the Justice League fighting kaijus, handling apocalyptic threats, going out into space for missions. I want to see the Justice League truly being Earth's greatest defenders, you know? And having them team up like once every 5 years isn't gonna cut it, okay? They need to be a staple in this universe. They need to show up in other projects. They need to be the gold standards of what superheroes are supposed to be. And all the other characters in this universe are supposed to look up to them as kind of like, you know, these are what heroes need to be. And also, with a big team like the Justice League, we know that they're bound to do some kind of multiversal crap at some point. So I have a solution. Instead of having them travel to meet previous versions of superheroes that we've seen, like I don't want to see David Cornsweet meeting Henry Cavill Superman. Have them travel to an alternate universe where like the Justice Lords exist or the Crime Syndicate, you know, and have them be played by the same actors. So you can still do that multiverse story, but it can still be interesting and not really feel stale, you know? All right, next up, I would like to see a Booster Gold movie. He had one of my favorite episodes in Justice League Unlimited, and he's just such a fun character. Plus, his movie would have a baller soundtrack. We all know it. I mean, Booster Gold has one of the most clear-cut hero's journey stories that we've ever seen, and it would be so easy to adapt. You know, he's just a fame-obsessed loser from the future. He goes back in time because he wants to get rich, he wants to get girls, he wants to be a famous superhero, and throughout his whole journey, he actually learns how to be a hero, and he becomes a good person. And like, this could be a really heartwarming story that would have a lot of comedy injected into it. Like, I can see the whole movie in my head right now. I don't know why this hasn't happened yet, you know? Or at least a TV show or something. An animated show would have been awesome to see, but no, they're not gonna do anything unless it's Batman. Also, Shane Top would be a really good Booster Gold. Okay, now for this next project, we're gonna have to remember the fact that James Gunn has stated that this will be more of an anthology type universe, kind of like Star Wars, where things happen at different points in the timeline and you can just kind of slot projects in where you like. I would like to see a world's finest movie set in the past. Well, the future if you're talking about Superman 2025, but the past relative to the Justice League movies that will be coming out. I mean, a Superman-Batman movie would just be so good, and it could be way different from Batman v Superman, you know? You could show their first meeting, how they're kind of skeptical of one another, but they ultimately learn how to trust each other, and they become really good friends. That is what we were missing in the DCEU. The whole movie, they were trying to just kill each other for no reason, both being manipulated by Lex Luthor like a bunch of losers, and then at the end, Superman dies, and Batman's like, oh no, oh, he was my best friend, ah, oh, damn it, man, that sucks. Like, you were trying to kill him the entire movie. He is not your friend. And the thing is, this movie really doesn't have to be complicated, okay? Just make a movie where Lex Luthor and the Joker team up, and then Superman and Batman have to team up to stop them. That's literally it, okay? That has been the plot of every Superman-Batman team up in animated history, okay? Just do that. You know, maybe you throw Lois Lane in there, maybe Robin's along for the ride. Just make Superman and Batman friends, okay? They're supposed to be friends. They are world's finest, not world's finest murderers at trying to kill each other. I don't know. All right, the next project I would like to see in the DCU would have to be a Jim Gordon cop show. Now, I know that they were maybe working on like a Gotham PD show or something. Like, I don't remember if that's actually true or not, but if they were, that's terrible branding, you know? Like, no one wants to watch Gotham PD. They want to watch Jim Gordon. He's the only character that makes that side of Gotham interesting. But I mean, we already know that these grounded, street-level crime dramas work, because look at how successful The Penguin was. Like, who would have thought that people would go feral over a show about the Penguin? Like, that's just crazy. I really think this could work for Jim Gordon. I mean, you could kind of do it kind of like Gotham, you know? Like, I guess that was a Jim Gordon show technically, but I wouldn't add so many supervillains. I would more focus on Jim Gordon versus the corruption of Gotham City. Maybe Batman would appear a few times, but he shouldn't really be a main character. I want the focus to be on Jim Gordon and his adjustment to Gotham City, trying to tear him down as a man, and him standing up strong and remaining the good man that he is, despite all of the city's efforts. You know, you could have Detective Flash from Batman Year One in there. You could, I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to adapt his affair with Detective Essen, but there's so much you could do. Okay, so the next project I would like to see isn't really like a live action movie or TV show that would be in this interconnected universe. I want to see an animated project, or a few of them actually. I think that the Absolute Universe books would work really well as animated movies or shows. I mean, literally, just adapt the books. That's all you have to do. You know, they've been doing that with movies, you know, in the animated space forever, with like Superman Red Son, Batman Under the Red Hood, all that good stuff, you know? So Absolute Batman could literally just be a serialized TV show where each episode he's tackling a different Absolute villain and then he takes on Absolute Bane at the end of the season, you know? Or Absolute Flash. You could just have the entire first volume be an animated movie. Like, there's some real potential here. But I mean, this really isn't an unrealistic thing to want. Like, they've adapted Elseworld stories in animation tons of times before. You know, Gotham by Gaslight, The Doom That Came to Gotham. We have Justice League Gods and Monsters. There are so many examples, and like, I don't know, this one could be really successful. They could make a lot of money from this. I mean, honestly, this could be the closest thing that DC would have to Invincible, you know, where you could just have a dark and gritty show that people tune in to watch every week and they just go insane for it, you know? Like, people love Invincible. Even though that show doesn't have the best animation, like, the story is what people are just going crazy over. And I really think that Absolute Batman or Absolute Wonder Woman would have the same effect on people. All right, and the last project that I would love to see for the DCU is obviously a Batman Beyond movie, or a Batman Beyond show, or a game, or literally anything. I'm not gonna bring it up again because I bring it up all the time. You know what I'm talking about, I'll put it on the screen here. Like, it's just insane to me how we haven't had any substantial projects for Batman Beyond since his show, you know? Like, I feel like a broken record here complaining about it, but, you know, I am Batman Beyond's #1 fan. I have to mention him. We need to see something for Batman Beyond, okay? I think a TV show would probably be the best medium for him. A movie probably wouldn't give us enough time to explore his character and, you know, his world. Just give us something. Like, James Gunn, I've written a script. I have a story written out for Batman Beyond. You can have it. Just take it. Just buy me a white monster and invite me to the premiere. Like, that's all I want, okay? You can have it. Please, just do something. Do something with this character. Please, I'm begging you. Please. Alright guys, that's going to be about it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it all, I'd really appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe button and drop in the comments down below some DCU projects you would like to see. Let's talk about it. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later.